Alright, hey, good morning, y'all. Back today with another energy reading, per the usual. Set myself on fire. This is Sage, Palo Santo. Just cleansing the air. I'm cold, I just came back in from outside for meditating, so I'm wearing this, whatever. Cleansing the space real quick. And then, like I normally do, I'm gonna jump into this reading. Disclaimer, as I always say, this is a general reading for the collective, so it's not targeted toward a specific person. So if something does not resonate with you, toss it. Don't try to think deeply on it, just let it go. The point here is not for me to confuse you, it's to just kind of provide some type of insight so you can go about your day a little bit better. Using my traditional Rider Waite as I always am. And I'm gonna just start. Just ask the cards, what is the energy for today? What can we expect? How can we navigate through it? Even if sometimes the energy goes beyond today, because I'm quite sure a lot of this stuff just gonna extend into the week. So because I don't want to be on here saying the same thing over and over again, I want to make sure that these came out. I want to make sure that I might do weekly readings. Yeah, I hit a blank moment. So yeah, let's get some more cards. The Ace of Wands came out again. And I know I'm shuffling these cards, so okay. These cards falling under the table. It's a lot of cards, but I'm gonna take them. I'm gonna just take them. So, all right. Hey, girl. Good morning. Hey, Unc. So, all right, yeah. These are the cards that fell out. It was quite a few of them, but I'm gonna keep them. Oh, this is my bag of sage. It came from I had, like I said, I had a big sage stick, and I started breaking the leaves down because it was too much. So, okay, just give me a moment. Let me look at these and make sure I'm not rushing in with the message. Okay. So 7 cards came out. 7 is the number of expansion. So, like I said, I just shuffled these. Let me put these up here. See the back of the deck energy. I just shuffled these, so it's more cards than I normally would pull, but whatever. Like I said, they jumped out. Starting off, the 7 of Wands, which is funny, it's 7 cards that came out. The Ace of Wands, so that Wands energy, that movement, that fire, that Aries, that Leo, that Sagittarius energy, rapid movement, we still in that. The 2 of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune, that came out again. The 10 of Pentacles, that's a really good card. Abundance, the Moon, and the Knight of Pentacles. So, starting off at the beginning, as I normally do, what I'm seeing is it's some sort of, how can I say this? It's an opportunity that has been presented to you, but you're kind of in a state of confusion as to whether you should take this or not. So, and it may be something dealing with money or just like a new creative project that can make you money. The 2, you may be collaborating with somebody, in terms of business to work on a creative project. So yeah, that's how I'll merge that together. You may be working with somebody else to merge with a creative project, right? Or you may be working by yourself and you're really trying to figure out, okay, should I say yes? Should I say no? If you look at this 2 And I'm going to swipe these away so I can see. If you look at these two pentacles, you know, he looks like he's in a state of confusion. He's juggling these two pentacles. But in the back, if you see the waters, you see the boat on the water, and it's like it's going up and down. It's like you're on a constant wave. Yes, no, maybe. Yes, no, maybe. And even if you see the way he's juggling, it's making like the infinity sign. So you feel like you're just in this constant state of confusion right now, right? So, with the Wheel of Fortune being here, it's saying, well, this change is going to be a great change for you. So this could be also in the sense of starting a new job, getting a raise of some sort, but the position may be competitive, right? You may have to compete for the position, and the Seven of Wands here is telling you you're going to have to fight. You know, not necessarily like, you know, like box it out physically, not condoning violence, but, you know, whatever. He's up here on this mountain, or, you know, he's at a higher ground than everyone else, right? And these sticks that's here, it's other people that's down there that's poking at him. They're trying to get him down. It's like you're trying to knock him off his way. They're saying pretty much this is just like the opinions of other people. They're saying, nah, you don't deserve that. You don't deserve to be there. I deserve that position. I deserve to be there. I'm the one that's supposed to have that raise, or whatever it may be, you know. Or even if it's just something, like I said, that you're doing, and it could be just random comments on Facebook, you know, people just being negative towards you to try to throw you off what you're doing. So the Seven of Wands is here to tell you, fight through it. You know what I'm saying? Don't back down. Do not make small. You have to push through it, because the position that you're in now, or the great position that you're about to step into, you are meant to be there. It has been tailored for you. So forget what everybody else is talking about. They speaking from a place of hurt. They speaking from a place of jealousy. They just upset because they don't want to put the work in. So now, because they see that you've been putting your work in, now they want to put their 2 cents in, right? Long story short, they want to put their 2 cents in. And this doesn't just necessarily have to be work. This can be family, you know, it can be so-called friends. It can be anybody, you know, people that you're around who you thought had your best interests at heart, who you thought would be happy for you when you progressed, but now they're showing their true colors to you, and they saying, nope, yeah, you can make it just as long as you taking care of me. Yeah, you can make it, but after I make it. And you don't want to be around those type of people. That's not the energy you want to be in, because if, again, the Wheel of Fortune is here to tell you, this is something bigger than you. The world is going to keep turning whether you accept it or not. But with the Ten of Pentacles being right behind the Wheel of Fortune, it's letting you know, if you accept this job offer, if you accept that raise, if you accept you for being great, and allow yourself to open up and be you fully, then yeah, you'll definitely benefit from it. Not only is it gonna bring new inspiration, new thoughts, new ideas, you know, and even though it's the Two of Pentacles, the two still being here about that expansion. Like I said, it's 7 cards here. 7 is the number of expansion. You know, you venturing out, you're doing more things, you talking to more people, you meeting more people, you're networking, you know, in a way. So today may be a day of networking. It may be a day of, you know, naysayers, you know. But again, this energy can go beyond today. So make sure that if you experience this past today, it's very possible. The Ten of Pentacles, let's talk about it. 10 is the number of completion, you know. So let me move this out of the way. So it's an old man here where it's like he's done all he can for his family, you know, and he's kind of sitting back watching. It's like that grandparent to just sit back and they watch everybody else socialize and whatnot, but they're happy, you know. He has created a foundation that's going to last for generations and generations to come, right? So he's just sitting there happy. He feels complete on the inside, you know. And that's what the Ten of Pentacles is about. It's an abundance, you know, an abundance of money, an abundance of love. You know, it's actually a really good card to have. Now, one thing with the moon card being here, the moon is, that's what, it rules our emotions. The moon is very feminine, and the moon warns you, it tells you, follow your intuition, right? So now if you really feel that something is off, something just really doesn't seem right, so like I said, if it's whatever's being offered to you, if you just really feel like, okay, this does not seem right to me, the moon is here to say, well, make sure you follow your intuition. Sometimes things may not be as they are. They may not be what they seem the way that they're presented to you, right? So it's telling you, follow your intuition. Make sure you listen to yourself, but make sure you're not just talking yourself out of something because you're afraid of change or afraid of that expansion. This message is pretty clear cut. The Knight of Pentacles, this is the wish card. Your wishes being granted. Okay, it's like you asked for this, and the Knight is coming up saying, well, here you go. You asked for it. Now, are you ready to receive it with open hands, with open arms, with an open heart? Are you ready to go down this path? And it's Pentacles again. So I am seeing a lot of money opportunity here, but it's going to come from your creativity. And again, there will be some naysayers. There will be people trying to knock you off of your path, but don't allow them to at all. Like in any way, do not allow them to. Now, the back of the deck energy here for these cards, it's the Four of Cups. So let me take this off of here and explain it real quick. So the Four of Cups, as you can see, it's a man, person, whatever you want to call him, sitting under this tree, and he looks to be either very upset or he's in deep thought. But there's this hand that's coming out of the cloud that's presenting him with what he's missing, right? So it's the Four of Cups. He has 3 here already. The other one is being presented to him. So if he's in deep thought, it can just mean that you're thinking too much about something. You're thinking too deeply on it. The answers are right there in front of you. As I've said before, if you overthink, sometimes when you overthink, you overlook. So he's asking for something. He's asking the universe, saying, hey, can you give me the answer to this? And the universe, normally anytime it's a hand being coming out of a cloud, it represents the universe, the divine, God, whatever you want to reference it as, saying, well, here you go. You asked for it, now here I am presenting it to you. But he's either such in deep thought to the point where he's completely missing it, or he's seeing it and he's choosing not to take it because it's not being presented to him in the way that he would like for it to be. So the first part, the first end of it could be, well, okay, I have these 3 things here, or I have these things here. I need something to complete it. The universe is saying, well, okay, I have paper and I have my topic, but I need a pen, right? So the universe is like, well, here you go. And you're like, well, nah, not that pen. I don't like that one. I don't like the way they write. It's one of those things where you're deliberately, either you're deliberately doing it or you really don't know that you're completely missing the opportunity that's being presented to you so you can have that stability. 4 is still about that stability. So now he's sitting there and he's missing out on that opportunity. So with that being the overall energy, I do believe that with this 2 of Pentacles, if you're in a state of confusion, the Wheel of Fortune is saying, well, don't sit there too long. Follow. What is your intuition telling you? Do not sit there too long. Because, again, if this really is the opportunity that you've been asking for, if this really is the opportunity that you want, the opportunity that you deserve, then take it. Because, remember, the world keeps turning. Things come, things go, they show up, they pass. What am I doing? Okay, so I'll pull, nope, not the angel cards yet. I'll pull some of my Moonology cards, as I normally do, to see what additional messages. This may move a little bit faster, may not, may still be 30 minutes. whatever. Either way, it'll be 30 minutes worth of messages because I don't like wasting people's time, nor my own. Oh, okay. Well, cards flew out. Show the world the real you. What is this? Believe in the impossible. The blue moon. And I'll ask, are there any... Oh, okay, thank you. Are there any more messages for the collective? Okay. So now... So the first card that came out was the full moon in Aquarius. And it says, show the world the real you. So if this confusion comes from you being nervous or you being afraid of the way that the world is going to perceive you, that is not a legitimate excuse as to why you shouldn't accept an opportunity that is going to aid in your growth, that is going to aid in your expansion, right? Show the world the real you. You know, people are going to say what they're going to say regardless. So whether you, whatever it may be, whether you the most perfect person or the non-perfect person, however you want to interpret that, show the world the real you. You know what I'm saying? Again, this opportunity is tailored for you. That's why this Ace of Wands is the hand is coming out the cloud saying, here you go. You know, you were looking for a new way to be innovative. You were looking for a new way or something new to present to the world. You have it, right? You have that new skill that you can implement, that you can speak to people at work about. And they're like, well, yeah, we can use that. You know, let's bring you up on the team. Let's do it. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the situation may be, again, it's for the general collective. And I'm not all knowing, even though as much as I would like to be, I'm not all knowing. You know, that's really what it's saying. The blue moon being here, believe in the impossible, you know. So, and I believe this card came out before, but it's really, and normally when cards keep popping out like that, it's just really telling you, like, you need to do this, or you really, really need to listen to this, because it's an energy that you're staying in, and that energy is keeping you small, that energy is keeping you stagnant, right? So, you know, again, people say, well, it only happens once in a blue moon. You know, it only happens once in a lifetime. And that's what this card is saying. Believe in the impossible. If something seemed as though it would be impossible to you, but now it is being presented to you, again, the hand coming out the cloud with the Ace of Wands, the hand coming out of the cloud with the Four of Pentacles. Your angels, you know what I'm saying? The universe, God is speaking to you saying, well, here, you know, now is your time to move forward. Now is your time to expand. But you're so caught up in your head about, well, what would everybody else think? You know, what would everybody else, well, what would such and such do? Whoever wouldn't do it this way does not matter. It's not for them. It is for you. Again, you're going to have naysayers. But the Seven of Wands is here to tell you, nah, don't back down. Continue to fight. Because when you do, you'll push through all of that negativity. You'll push through all of that craziness. So if you're saying, well, I don't know who those naysayers may be. Well, one, trust me, they'll show up. You know, naysayers normally don't be quiet for too long. They want to make sure you know that they have 2 cents to put in, right? So the moon is saying, well, follow your intuition. You know, if you feel that somebody really, really does not have your best interests at heart, well, is that what your intuition is telling you? Okay, then follow it. But don't allow that person or those people to keep you from claiming what's yours, what's truly and rightfully yours. And the other card that came out with the Moonology is meditate and contemplate, right? So if you really feel like, this is kind of, it's funny. With the Four of Cups being here, he may be in deep thought, in meditation, or he may be contemplating something. Right? He's contemplating whether he should take this opportunity or not. But see, the problem is, this is where, and the card didn't come out, but again, with temperance. Temperance is about moderation. It's like taking 2 completely different things that supposedly don't go together and marrying them together so they can flow seamlessly. So, but temperance, like I said, it's about balance. It's about moderation. Too much of anything is a bad thing. If you're contemplating too much, if you're meditating too much, if you have your eyes closed too much, things will pass you by, you know? So the meditate and the contemplate. If you feel like you're stuck in this Two of Pentacles energy, where you're, and especially even if it's a constant, you feel like you never really know what to do. You always on rocky waters. It's always up and down with you. You never know exactly how to go about things. Something that I would always suggest to a person, is meditation. You need to calm yourself, need to build and work on those things. The solar plexus, as I speak about a lot, the solar plexus, if you feel like you don't want to do something simply because of how everyone else will perceive you, meditation, of course, you have to work on all chakras, but your solar plexus may very well be one of the chakras that you need to work on. Let me get these off the floor. That you need to work on your self-esteem. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's that. Let me pull these angel cards, and then I'll pull some of my charms. I forgot to pull the charms. Oops. I forgot to pull some charms yesterday, so I'll do it today. And it's really not, I really don't have as many charms in there. You can go ahead and close it. Yeah, I really don't have that many charms in there. It's mainly channel messages, right? So I'll ask, what messages do we have from the angels to ensure that the same cards, just to make sure that the same cards aren't popping out because lack of shuffle. I'll break them into two. Shuffle. Yeah, like I said, this message here is pretty cut and paste. I can see it pretty clearly. So I asked the angels, what messages do you all have for the collective? What implementation tools can we use today to navigate through the day, even through the week? Can I get some jumper cards, please? Like I said, it's weird trying to shuffle on top of the table. So yeah, that's really what I'm seeing with these cards. If there is a new opportunity that is being presented to you to create, to collaborate, to move forward, to expand, if you're in a state of confusion, meditate, contemplate, but don't do it for too long, because you can be meditating and contemplating on something that it's really not that difficult. It may not be that difficult for you. As always, I'll post this on YouTube. Go back, go through, watch it. Again, take what resonates, toss what doesn't. But if you hear a message in here and somebody else pops into your head and they're like, this is the second time that's come out. And I'm hearing no, you can't sit back and take a passive role. No, you cannot allow somebody else to take the reins. You get what I'm saying? That's what I'm hearing. These no cards, it's funny, both no cards came out, but also big happy changes came out, And I'm gonna pull maybe two more cards, and then I'll be off. No, I'll pull a couple of messages. Hey, what's the talk? Oh, I'm pulling tarot cards, doing a reading, a daily energy reading. So yeah. All right, yeah, that's about it. Those are all the cards that came out. Make sure you don't fly under the table. So both no cards came out. But what I'm hearing with these no's is like, no, you can't afford to sit back and take a backseat role while the world continues to turn. You'll never move forward. Again, 7 cards came out. This number 7 also, it's other meanings for the number 7, but it depends on which context you're talking about. But 7, it talks about expansion. It talks about going deeper into something. You have to take a hands-on role. So even if you decide not to take this opportunity, whatever it is, like I said, it could be an opportunity to collaborate with somebody. It's about creativity. I keep seeing it's like writing, that keeps popping up. But with these no cards, coming out. It's like, no, you cannot wait until the next time it comes around. Remember, the blue moon, believe in the impossible. This opportunity may be a once in a blue moon opportunity, so there will be no next time that this comes around. We got to remember that we also have free will. So sometimes we just take the term, well, if it's meant to be, it will be, and then we won't move on anything. Faith without work is dead. On any platform, it don't care what your religion belief is, faith without work is dead. You know, so you can set your intention, but then you have to put the work behind that intention. You know what I'm saying? You can't just wish and want your way into things and expect stuff to work out. But with this particular situation, it's saying, well, you're confused about what it is that you want to do, maybe, again, because you're thinking about how everybody else is going to perceive you. It doesn't matter. Again, it's not for them, it's for you. Naysayers going to be here all the time. That's dope. You know what I'm saying? Like, naysayers going to be there all the time. He's up here because people are saying, well, nah, bro, you don't deserve this. You don't deserve that. I deserve to be right there. Well, if you deserve to be right there, you could be. It's more than enough room for another person to be up here. But it's not your job to make the room for the other person. You get what I'm saying? It's their job to work to get there with you, you know? So the other card that came out, like I said, was Big Happy Changes. This, again, with this Wheel of Fortune being here, it's a major arcana card. Just meaning that it's one of the most powerful cards in the deck. So the change that's coming to you, you're going to feel it. You know what I'm saying? You definitely going to feel it. It's not something that's, I don't want to say insignificant change, but it's not something that's going to be so minute that you won't notice it. You're going to notice this change. Opportunities and transformation, like I said, we're in that energy of transformation all the time, but it's really, really strong and prominent now. So we have to take that front seat role, get in the driver's seat. You know what I'm saying? Don't put your fate in somebody else's hands. Why? It's not theirs, it's yours. Choose a new direction. And I think this goes into that being open to the changes and being open to the new opportunities that are coming to you. He's not accepting this. Why? Because maybe it's not something that he wants, or it doesn't look like something that he would normally want, right? But the universe is saying, well, this is what you need to complete it. It's right here. But you're like, nah, not that one. I'll wait for the next time. Well, there may not be a next time, so take it. And the back of the deck energy, and I'm going to try to speed this up. Back of the deck energy is you're ready. You're ready to take on that new role, that you're ready to step into that job, to take that new managerial position, you know what I'm saying, to oversee whatever it is that it may be. Like I said, it's general. But you're ready to do that. The Knight of Wands is here to say your wishes are being granted. But he's also asking you, well, are you ready? You know what I'm saying? Are you ready to receive it? Or are you going to sit there and be like, well, I do got this, I do got that. Also, another thing, how can you accept blessings when your hands are full? Think about it. All right, that's enough with those. And then I'll pull, let me move this out of the way. I'll pull, normally these are in a jar. This is my my rolling tray. Normally these are in a jar, but I took them out because it's easier for me to shuffle through. These are channeled messages, and I'll see the crown chakra. This comes out a lot. So the crown chakra is about divine connection, enlightenment, universal consciousness. The crown chakra is here, right? So through the crown chakra is where we receive our messages from the universe, from the divine, you know. So make sure that what I'm getting out of this is you're receiving messages, you know. You really are receiving the messages that you need. But are you taking them and are you listening to those messages, you know? Or are you just pushing them to the side, or is your head too cloudy? Are your thoughts in too much disarray that you're not even seeing that as signs? So this one says there's a difference between healing and sweeping it under the rug. Which did you do? Ask yourself, right? They probably look weird on the camera, but I'm going to read it again. There is a difference between healing and sweeping it under the rug. Which did you do? Are you really healed? Have you really healed yourself? Or did you take the situation and say, well, it is what it is, and you swept it under the rug? Well, I guarantee you it's going to come back around. So that's why when times come up, when Mercury goes retrograde, the point is, Mercury, what am I saying? Mercury is the father planet. It's a very strong masculine energy, but he rules communication, right? So a lot of times when Mercury goes retrograde, it's a lot of miscommunication, but it brings up things from the past. And bringing up things from the past is not so you can go back and make the exact same mistakes that you made. It's so you can face the things that you lied to yourself and said, well, I healed from that. No, you didn't. You swept it under the rug and you kept going and you thought that it wouldn't come back, right? So now that it's been sitting there accumulating all of this dust, Mercury is like, oh, well, you missed a spot. You missed a spot. And that's why some people get upset and some people get so angry when Mercury retrograde comes around. The planets are not designed to deliberately be a part of your demise. It's to help you heal, right? So when those things come up, so when those past relationships come up, when those exes come back, the conversations that you've had already, ensure that you go through it thoroughly. Ensure that you go through it with a fine-tooth comb to make sure that you're dealing with it faced like head on and you're not sweeping it under the rug. And then, like I said, it's going to keep coming back to you. It says, the point is not if the task is easy or difficult to do. The point is that it can be done, right? And I feel like I've said this before. The point is not if the task is easy or difficult to do. The point is it can be done. So, yeah, this may not be an easy ride. Like I said, it's going to be people, things, opinions. Hey, this may even be you fighting with your lower vibrational self. Your ego trying to keep you away from accepting your blessings or keep moving forward. Like I said, that expansion, right? You don't want to do that. But it can be done. And the last one is money. Said this abundance. I'm seeing a lot of abundance here. Also, big happy changes. You know, once you move through all of this, everything is a domino effect. You can't do one thing without doing the other and then just expect miraculous results. So that is the message for today. I hope that resonated, helped somebody. Again, if it does not resonate with you, toss it to the side. But if you do hear a message in here that sounds like something that someone else needs to hear, by all means, please share it with them, because you never know what a person may be going through. You don't know. We can't read minds. We don't know what's going on in people's heads. I'm about to go get ready for work. Y'all stay blessed, stay positive, and don't be afraid to be you. All right.